Hello. I'm talking about year 1993, 94. We ran a motel in Edwards, Mississippi. Small 20-unit motel right off the interstate. Kept us busy with passing traffic, local reunions, local folks on dates, commercial traffic like salesmen and especially truck drivers. It's pretty good. Once it was summer and evening, and this beautiful young lady walks in. She registers. She has a nice little car. She registers and she writes Macon, Georgia. I said, "Oh, you are from Macon. I've been there." She said, "Oh, you've been to Macon? Macon, it's not a very big city and it's a little out of way." I said, "Sure, there is a university called Mercer." He said, yeah, I'm from there. And she sang a song about Mercer and about the town, Macon and Georgia. And she was a typical college student, vivacious, pretty, and full of life. Wow, I was very happy. And then she saw Kali, our dog, because she was barking a little bit at somebody in the back, and she said, "Do you have a dog?" I said, yeah. He said, "I would love to see the dog." So I brought Kali out, and she said, "Wow, what a beautiful dog. Let me go and change and get myself freshened up, and then I'll play with her, if you don't mind." I said, "Hey, no problem." So she did that, and then she came to the door and asked for Kali. And Kali, she didn't have to be on the leash. She just wandered around, and she played with her, and they both had a good time. And then Kali was brought in by me, and everything was fine. About half an hour later, it was getting dark, and suddenly I looked out of the window of the office, and I saw this woman, this girl, had all her four doors of the car open. It was a hatchback, it was open in the back, and she was pulling things out and putting it on the parking lot, like books and magazines and her, like clothes and backpack. Just scattered on the parking lot, all around the car. So I'm both concerned and curious, so I go there. I said, "Hello." I don't remember her name. I remembered it then because I had just seen her writing her name. I said, "Well, hello, miss. Can I help you? Have you lost something?" So she kind of looked at me, and her eyes looked totally different. She was not the same person anymore. Not that pleasant, young, vivacious college kid. This was a drugged person. I said, "Uh-oh." I said, "Well, anything I can do for you?" She said, "Nope." I said, "Okay." I just left her alone, hoping that she will put things back in the car. That she didn't. A few minutes later, she just pulled the stuff around, like some of the stuff that was lying behind her car. She just slid it on the side and boom, drove off, leaving her motel room door open. So I saw that. Okay, so I said, "Well, what can I do?" If she had been drugged when she entered, I wouldn't have rented her the room, but it's too late now. So I closed the door of the motel, because I didn't want anybody to just walk in there and take her stuff away. And I checked all the stuff that was lying scattered on the parking lot. Most of them were books and some magazines and some stuff. So I just piled them together and so that they will not interfere with other people's parking there. and, like hoped for the best. She was gone for about an hour or so. And then suddenly she just zoomed in. Fortunately, it was too early for our business to start. It was only about 8:30. We had a lot of traffic later in the night because people, while traveling, would get tired and then they would say, "Oh, okay, here is a motel. Let's sleep. I can't drive anymore." That kind of a situation. And so the parking lot was not full yet. So she zoomed in, parked in front of her room, and went inside. Few minutes later, a couple of people drove, parked the car on the side, and came and knocked on her door. Young black men. And I was wondering what all this was all about. So I kept an eye. They went in. After a while, they came out, and then they were kind of talking to each other and took off. And then they were gone, and then few other people came. I said, there's some problem here. I think she's giving away drug or she's having a good time with black people. I wasn't sure what was happening, but I didn't like it. And that brings bad name to my motel. So what I did, I called the cops. I said, "Hey, Bebe," Bebe was our police chief. I said, "Bebe, this is this woman here. I think she's on drugs and she's probably peddling drugs or just fooling around. And a lot of guys here trying to take advantage of her. So you want to come in?" She said, "Oh yeah, I'll be there shortly." There was one good thing about our police department. There were a few, but they were good. And they knew me and we knew them, and everybody kind of knew everybody else. Came in, knocked on the door. Silence. I was there waiting. And then suddenly the door opens and 2, 3, 4 black guys come out, and they see Bebe and they get scared. Bebe said, "What the hell you're doing here? Get out of here." And they just took off, And this girl was inside. She didn't come out. So this Bebe said, "Lady, you come on out. Wear something and come out." So I'm outside on the side. And suddenly she appears, buck naked, with a hat, a beautiful hat, and dancing and smiling. That was a sight to see. I mean, that was something. And Bebe said, "Put a blanket on or something, lady." She just didn't oblige. So Bebe's partner, forgot his name, he and Bebe pushed her inside, took a sheet. He said, "Jay, we're taking one of your sheets." I said, "No problem." Wrapped around her and brought her out, nearly dragged her out. And she started spitting on them and using very foul language and cussing them out. I'm sure they were used to it. They pushed her in the back seat and sat in the car, locked the door, and took off. I said, this is bad. I said, all her books and stuff are lying. The room, she had paid for the room, of course. The stuff in her room. So I go in there, take all the books, and her car is still there. So I don't see the car keys, which I eventually found. Put all the stuff back into the car, locked the car, and kept the key with me. Put all the stuff which was in the room, all cleared out. Later I called the cops at about 10:30. I said, "Hey, baby, what's up? What happened to that girl?" They said, "Oh, man, she was a bundle of trouble. We took her to Jackson because we don't have facility here to put a female in the jail. So we took her to Jackson, and she's there. She's She's creating hell. She's fully on drugs. And I said, well, that's what I thought too, but I don't want to handle her. He said, I'm glad you didn't because she is a handful. Okay, so the next afternoon, elderly couple walks in there. He said, hello. I said, yes. And he said, I am so-and-so's father, he said, and that's my wife, mother. And we wanted to take charge of the car and take it with us. I said, how do I know it's you and your car? He said, oh, please call the cops. They have asked us to come and take delivery of the car. I said, you sure? So I called Bebe. Bebe said, yeah, Jay, I forgot to tell you, it was, I was busy. But yeah, it's Mr. So-and-so. Get their ID, get the driver's license number, and then let them take the car and all her stuff. We're going to give bail money to bail her out, and then she's going to go back to Georgia. I said, oh, okay. I said, aren't you going to... he said, do you want to launch a complaint? I said, nope, I just want to get rid of her. I don't want people like them staying in my motel. He said, I know what you mean, Jay. So I gave the car keys to them, made them sign a receipt that we have received the car and all the stuff that belonged to our daughter, blah, blah, blah. Signed it, dated it, and they took the car away. That's it. That was the last I heard from them, heard from her. Varsha and I were often talking about this. I said, what a pity that such beautiful, youthful, talented, clever, even girl, can be ruined like this. 1 minute she is all there and second minute she is gone, spaced out. And this happens to a lot of young people, and old people of course, but especially young people, which is a pity, really. I wish her luck wherever she is. I hope she has straightened out and hope she is living a good, happy family life.